Well, this is clearly a Dish Network remote, and it's labeled bedroom because it goes in one of my bedrooms. And I've been having some trouble with it. It is a 21.0 IR UHF Pro remote, number 155679. And I believe I use this in the infrared, or in the UHF mode. I'm sorry. Yes, it is switched. If you look at that switch, it is switched to UHF. But anyhow, what's going on with this thing is, let's turn it this way so you can see the light under the satellite. Okay, so it does light up and you can see that. Some of the buttons are getting, there we go. It takes quite a bit of force to activate, while other ones, quite a bit on that one, virtually nothing. A little more than average, I'd say. That one's great, that one's great, that one's great. Good, good, good. And I think 0 is, yeah, it lights up when I release it. Wow. That's interesting. Those light up while I hold it. Oh, I can't even get that one. It lights up when I release. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. It might be normal operation. But anyhow, the first thing I want to do is get the book out. This is the original book that came with the receiver many, many moons ago. And I keep all my documentation, including, these are the original contracts from July 14th of 2010 when I had the equipment installed. And I've got all the disclaimers and blah, 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 and all that good stuff that goes with it. We won't be needing those at the moment. Got a bunch of, I think I've replaced a couple of remotes throughout the years. And what I want to get to is this page right there, checking the device codes. So I want to determine what this remote is set up for, because I believe these do not have a non-volatile memory, which means once I remove the batteries and they discharge, they forget everything. And they basically go back to brain dead. Now, I could be wrong. These could have an EEPROM somewhere in the microprocessor that saves the data, but I want to go ahead and do this function. So let's just start with the satellite mode. So I'm just going to press this down. And I don't think it lights up all the lights. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. And then I'm just going to press pound, pound, and watch that light. It blinked one time. So that tells me my remote is set up for number 1 on the receiver. Next, I'll do the TV. All the lights lit up. Pound, pound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. 781. Okay, 781 is my TV code. So I can reprogram that back into it. Now, I don't think I have anything programmed over here on the DVD or the auxiliary on this one. And the button's not even working. Hello? There we go. Pound, pound. Seven. 2. 2. That happens to be the model of the receiver that I have, is a 722. We'll do the same on auxiliary. Pound, pound, or hashtag, hashtag. 7, 2, 2. Okay, that's all the info I need. Number 1, and I believe this was 781. If I'm not mistaken, I can look back on the video and find out later. So, got that stuff out of the way. Put all this info back in here for future use. Pop out the 4 AA batteries. which have been replaced recently, and that did not fix the problem. Phillips, I need a Phillips. I'm pretty sure I've had this apart. I don't remember having it apart, but it's going to be hard to see on camera, but there are pry marks over here, because you got to pry the two halves. I wish they would have made it so it just kind of slid them and you have to take a screw out. And I'll probably need some kind of a prying apparatus. I don't know if I can just, well, maybe. It's just got a bunch of snaps. I could go get a butter knife. I don't have a spludger. I should get one, actually. There's two. And I see the next one. It's right there. Okay, there's three. Usually, once you get one side open, it relieves stress for the other side. Okay, and we are in, and I believe this goes to this little switch right here. And that's what tells it whether you're in the remote number 1 mode or the remote number 2 mode based on this key that goes in the front. It's offset, so depending upon what direction you put it in, 1 or 2, it tells it you're set up for remote 1 or remote 2 configuration. So I think it's just going to be a matter of cleaning the contacts in these things. So I'm going to zoom in a bit and we'll turn it sideways where you can see it inside the screen at least. And let me get some acetone. I know you're going to cringe, but yes, I've used acetone once again 40 years to clean remotes. If you do it correctly, it's perfectly fine. Worst case scenario, if it does not work, you can pick this up on Amazon. It's called Keypad Fix. It's a, not thermally, it's electrically conductive paint, basically. And you end up painting the little pads right here. Excellent success with this stuff, excellent. And I got to shake it up because it's got a ball in there. There it goes. And I put the ball in there to help shake it up. Okay, one moment. All right, so I've got a cotton swab with acetone on it, and I just want to go ahead and wipe off all of the pads that the conductive rubber makes contact with, just to get any oil off of it. And we can already see it's picking stuff up. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Next we'll go ahead and do the same thing to the rubber membrane. So now is an excellent time to pull this rubber membrane completely out and just wash it. Yes, you know I have cats and dogs. There's cat hair throughout this thing. Plus, look at, oh my God. Plus this gives you a chance to get off the spills with just a paper towel. And there's one of the cats. No cats on the workbench. You know the rules. Alright, so I just have a paper towel with regular household glass cleaner. And I'm just going to basically wash this quickly with it. I like that. Much, much better. And it still has cat hair, so I'm going to grab a paintbrush. And just paintbrush the majority of that away. Perfect. Now for this part, I'm actually going to take this to the sink. I'm not going to use the dishwasher. I'm just going to use soap and water, just Dawn dish soap and a paintbrush. And I'm just going to scrub and clean the top side of this as well as the bottom side over here. I have a different paintbrush. Where did it wander off to? Yes. I have a much finer paintbrush to get basically down in there. So I'm not going to show that part, but I will be right back when this thing is done. Okay, so I finished washing it with soap and water in the sink. Now I just have to dry it off, and for that I'm just going to use my little portable, I think it's a 1 or 2 gallon shop vac in the blower mode, just to blow the water off of the circuit board. One moment. Okay, all cleaned up and ready to go. It's been washed, rinsed, and dried. Wow, it's hard to focus on those colors. But anyhow, let's do a resistance check on the buttons, just for the fun of it. I'm just going to get a voltmeter out. We'll put it onto ohms. Verify that when we short the leads together, we get pretty close to 0, and we do. So I believe this is the number 1. Well, we're getting 500 ohms. That's pretty doggone good. 340, 400. I'm curious if just washing it and cleaning the keypad portion. Remember, the 0 is hard to press. Oh, 360, that's good. So what I'm going to do, let's get this rid. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this back on after I put batteries back in it. And I don't know if that switch is going to fall off again. Okay, so I'm just going to reload the batteries. Already got cat hair on it, and it's got these tabs. There's a tab there. These two, they have to go through the hole in the 2 slots. I don't think. Oh, there's another tab right there. So I'm just going to lay this down on here, and the tabs have fallen into position. Next, I just want to press the buttons. Oh wow, barely touched it, and it came on. Let's turn it so you can actually see. And we'll very lightly press the buttons, watching the satellite button right here. Oh yeah, perfect. What about 0? That was a hard one. It still only lights when it's released. I'm thinking that's a system control problem because they call it the System Wizard press and hold. So we'll go through all these. Perfect. Oh, 3, still hard to press. All right, what is up with 3? Don't see any issues on the board. And I'm not seeing any issues here. One moment, let me get some acetone. We'll wipe off that number 3 and see if it makes a difference. Okay, so I've got a cotton swab. It's just moistened. It's not soaked with acetone. I just want to give it a quick wipe, just like that. Nothing more. Then we'll throw this thing back together. get it into view, and we'll press that number 3 again. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Just almost no pressure at all. And it lights up. Now, we still could have an alignment problem because these keys down here. But yeah, virtually no pressure. So I think what I'm going to do is just grab a paper towel. And, no, I'll just use a cotton swab. It's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and just give these all a very fast scrub. You don't want to dwell too long on them. So those are the main buttons there, and then I think we'll just hit these guys real fast that select the mode. All the commonly used buttons. There's the power and the volume. Actually, that's the volume right there. Now I think all these are working just fine. Okay, I'm going to call that good. Let's snap this thing back together and give it a try. Okay, all back together. The screw's back in it. So let's go ahead and try these buttons. Sat first. I'm going to do a very light press. And it lights up perfectly. What about the other ones? TV, DVD. Yeah, those were hard to press previously. So, let's go ahead and change some channels. Working perfect. Let's go ahead and check the codes now and see if we still have the same programming in the unit. So first, satellite. We'll hold that down until everything lights up. There we go. And we'll press pound, pound. And it still knows it's in mode 1. Press and hold TV until all the buttons light up. Then we'll do pound, pound. Seven. 8. 1. Perfect. Yep, remember the programming. So this must have a non-volatile memory. But anyhow, there it is, the dish remote, back up and running once again. Very easy service you can do at home. If you don't have acetone, you can use isopropyl denatured alcohol. You can also just try it with glass cleaner or just dish soap and see. A lot of times if you hold this in your hand for long periods of time, this rubber actually absorbs the oil from your hand and it will transfer it. I've actually seen these things come into the shop and the whole circuit board looks like someone just took motor oil and just smeared it all the way across the circuit board. And that's when you definitely got to use some alcohol or acetone to clean it off. But looks much, much better. Looks like almost a brand new remote. I think I missed just a tad there. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and give that one a pass because it is my own remote. Everyone, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Once again, really, really appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.